Just a few weeks ago, Similac, a large baby formula company, issued a recall of about 5 million powder infant formulas because beetle parts and larvae were found in the formula. This is the second huge recall for this company within the last year. With that, dozens of recalls from various other formula companies have occurred within the last decade. Several of these recalls were even classified by the FDA as Class 1 or potentially life-threatening. And it isn't just beetles that are contaminating these formulas. Products were recalled for such things as contamination by Salmonella, Klebsiella pneumoniae, and bits of glass. When it comes to feeding a baby, parents only have a few choices: formula, breast milk, or both. As a nursing mother myself and recipient of breast milk when I was an infant, I have seen the benefits of exclusively breastfeeding firsthand. All of us, whether we're mothers or husbands, or even if we don't have children ourselves, need to understand the benefits of breast milk and how we can support mothers with the choice to offer the best nutrition for their infants. Breastfeeding for at least the first year is not only the best nutritional choice for a new baby, but it also benefits the mother's health too, and shows financial and emotional benefits for all involved. My intent is to persuade mothers who are faced with this important decision to do all they can to understand the benefits of breastfeeding and give their babies what's best. I also hope to motivate others to support mothers in their decision to breastfeed. For those who don't know what exclusively breastfeeding means, it's where a baby's sole source of nutrition during the first 6 months of life and primary source of nutrition for the first year of life comes from the milk naturally produced by the mother. There are multiple ways that baby benefits from being exclusively breastfed. Breast milk is nutritionally superior than any other form of feeding because within it contains antibodies that protect the child from potential disease and infection, such as ear infections, which are less common in breastfed infants, and it can decrease the likelihood that an infant will contract colic, which is excessive crying, which is wonderful. No one likes to hear a baby cry. Studies show that breastfed infants are less likely to get leukemia, gastrointestinal disorders, and even obesity later in life. My husband, for example, was a formula-fed baby. At just a few months old, he was diagnosed with leukemia. He's been in recession for the majority of his life, thank goodness, but he still currently suffers from digestive disorders, specifically ulcerative colitis, and other various health problems, including difficulty controlling his weight despite his healthy lifestyle. Although you could argue that all of his health issues may have happened by chance and are not related to what he drank as a baby, in comparison, I was exclusively breastfed and haven't experienced any major health issues in my entire life. I feel very appreciative that my mother made the decision to give me the best start in life by breastfeeding me. Breastfed babies are also less likely to die from SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome. In one study, out of 87 babies that suffered from SIDS, only 3 were breastfed. Babies receive exactly the correct ratio of nutrients for his or her developing body without additives or contaminants. Although thousands of dollars go into formula research, there has yet to be a formula that matches the perfectly balanced ratio of fats and nutrients a developing baby needs. There is also yet to be a formula that is 100% free of additives and contaminants. Breast milk is designed specifically for that infant, and the mother can rest assured that her baby isn't unknowingly receiving anything harmful, such as additives and formula like I described earlier, like beetle parts. Now, not only baby benefits from breast milk, but there are loads of benefits in store for mom who breastfeeds too. Studies show that mothers who breastfeed are less likely to get breast cancer and ovarian cancer. Breastfeeding helps the mother's uterus shrink back to pre-pregnancy size quicker and helps the mother lose the weight they gained during pregnancy more rapidly. For example, after 9 months of breastfeeding, I weigh less than I did before I was pregnant. In fact, I weigh less than I have since high school, and I feel great. Now, not all the benefits of breastfeeding are health-related. Other benefits include the financial rewards from breastfeeding. While formula can cost anywhere from $50 to $200 a month, depending on brand, breast milk is free. Breastfeeding doesn't require the purchase of bottles and other related items which have to be thrown out and replaced often if they're left unwashed for longer than an hour. Not only that, some infants are very picky and have a hard time eating if the bottle's nipple isn't quite right. Mothers of these babies are forced to buy multiple types of bottles to determine which type of nipple the infant will take. A mother's breast, on the other hand, is naturally designed to be the perfect fit every time. It's always the right temperature and it's available anytime, anywhere. Another benefit is the emotional bond created as a result of breastfeeding. This skin-to-skin bond between mother and baby during breastfeeding is an amazing experience and contributes to strong emotional attachment and trust. From an outside perspective, my husband confessed that there can be a great emotional relief and calming effect when he's in close proximity to our daughter and I while she's nursing. That could be due to the fact that 30 seconds prior the baby was crying, but it's still a fact that knowing that a mother has everything she needs to calm and nourish her infant naturally comes with it a wonderful feeling of satisfaction for everyone involved. Some of you may be asking, well, that sounds great, but I'm a guy, or I don't have any kids. What does this have to do with me? Believe it or not, breastfeeding is only just recently receiving the positive support it needs. In 1984, which wasn't that long ago, women could be cited for breastfeeding in public. Even though there are now laws protecting breastfeeding mothers from being cited, I myself have had experiences where I felt like I was being a burden on others due to my decision to breastfeed. Just this past Labor Day weekend, as my little family and I were shopping at our local outlet mall, I took a break on an outdoor bench to feed my daughter, and believe it or not, I received some pretty furrow-browed stares while I was feeding her, like I was doing something distasteful. I was even covered up. But the fact remains, breastfeeding is hard, not only socially, but physically too. Less than 1/3 of infants in the United States are exclusively breastfeeding at 3 months of age, and almost 80% of those infants stop breastfeeding before the recommended minimum of 1 year. These statistics aren't surprising to me, a woman who knows just how difficult breastfeeding can be. When I first started breastfeeding, it was far less than comfortable physically, and I had to closely watch everything I ate. There were many times that I wanted to just call it quits. My doctor and even my own mom told me that it wouldn't hurt to give my baby formula, but I knew how infinitely better breast milk would be for her and what my perseverance to stick with it would mean to my daughter. She deserves the best. I predict that if the general public is more aware of the sacrifice and dedication it takes to breastfeed, nursing mothers will have the support they need to continue to nourish the rising generations the best way possible. As a parent, the reassurance that your baby is getting the best nutrition coupled with the mother's health benefits and financial rewards, breastfeeding is a superior choice over any other option. Women need recognition for this difficult feat and support to continue to contribute to a healthier nation. For those who are able to breastfeed and are evaluating the best choice for their family, I encourage those mothers to weigh the major benefits and give their baby the best possible gift they could give, the perfect start to the rest of their life. If you're not a parent, think about those benefits of breastfeeding the next time you see a nursing mother while you're out shopping, and give her a reassuring smile. She needs your support. Thank you very much.